Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to walk you through some steps to using Whiteboard and PowerPoint to record a lesson, with the idea being recording any type of lesson using the whiteboard and then bringing it into Edsby via upload afterwards. So right now what I'm going to do is open up the installed version, the app version of PowerPoint to get started. And I'm just going to go to my lower left into my start menu, start typing PowerPoint, and that will open up the app version. I am intentionally using the installed version of PowerPoint rather than going through the web version. And the reason why is that the web version does not allow you screen recording capabilities. So what I'll do first is click on the Insert tab within PowerPoint. I'll come over here to where it says Screen Recording. Now you on your screen may or may not have this option visible. It might be hidden underneath a separate tab that says Media. And if that's the case, just click the tab that says Media and it should give you the video, audio, and screen recording options. So right now I have screen recording about to be enabled in PowerPoint. So I'm basically recording a video of me recording a video. So I'm using Screencast-O-Matic to do my overall video, but I'm also going to be sub-recording PowerPoint at the same time. So what I'll do now is select the area that I'm looking to record within my PowerPoint video. So I'll just drag the crosshairs. I'll capture that part of the screen, click record, and it's going to give me the 3, 2, 1 countdown. And so as of right now, I am officially recording myself recording a video. So I'll just kind of get out of that. So I have PowerPoint open, ready to go. The next step is to use Whiteboard. Now I have Whiteboard up on my screen right now. This is the web version of Whiteboard, and I am not going to be using this version, but I just wanted to show you what this looks like. If you use the web version of Whiteboard, so if you go into your Office 365 account, and you might have to go into all apps and find it, but because I've used it, it's showing up within my main menu. This is going to be the web version. And it has very limited functionality. It gives me 3 different pen colors and an eraser. That's it. So because of that, I'm going to once again go down to my left-hand side in my Start menu. And once I start typing in Whiteboard, the Microsoft Whiteboard app will show up. And when I open that up and click Create a New Whiteboard, in just a moment you'll see I have a number of different options. Here are my inking options with multiple different colors of pen. I have a highlighter, the eraser, I have a ruler, I have the ability to wrap an object, I have an undo and a forward button, and also up here in the upper right hand corner I have a settings menu that gives me a number of different objects that may or may not be useful for you. One of the items that is of use, I find for me, is the clear canvas. So if I'm ready to just clear everything and start over, this will allow me to do that. So this installed version of Whiteboard is much more functional for me, so that's what I'm going to use. So right now, what I'm going to do is just pretend I'm going to say that I'm going back into the learning at home activities, and I'm just going to very quickly model a lesson. So I have the grade 5 math just released as of this morning. I take a quick look and I say, okay, so the activities involve using arrays for multiplication. So let me go back to my whiteboard. So right now I'm going to use a stylus to do my writing on the whiteboard, but you could, if you have a tablet, or if you have a computer that is a touch screen, then you can just basically go ahead and use your finger to do the writing, whatever works for you. So if I'm going to quickly model using arrays for multiplication, I could just have a quick problem, 34 times, let's say, 23, and I could draw my box that has the 4 sections, and I'm going to break this down into place value. So instead of 34, I'm going to know that 3 represents the 10 columns, which is 30, and then I have 4 ones, and I can come over here and say that it's 20 and 3. I could possibly add even a plus sign just to show students that this is using place value to do array multiplication. So now in the boxes, 20 times 30 is going to give me 600. I know that 20 times 4 is going to be 80. 30 times 3 is 90, and 4 times 3 is 12. And I can go through the process and add up by rows, which is 680, plus 90 plus 12, which is going to give me 102. And when I do the addition, I am going to end up with 782. So just a very quick modeling of how to use array multiplication. And at that point, so my whiteboard is done. I have finished my recording. So I'm going to click stop. And I'm going to come over here. And now I have my recording in my PowerPoint. So it's one slide and I have my recording. And I could click play and start to listen to that. But at this point, what I'm looking to do is save that recording because I want to be able to take this recording in PowerPoint and be able to use that in Edsby. So what I could do is come up to the upper left-hand corner and click File and Export. And that would give me the ability to create a video. I could choose Full HD. There are some other different options for file size. And I could click Create Video. Now here's the issue with this. There are some people that if you look at a video for this on YouTube, there are some people that it will work for and others where for some reason it's just not working. For me, my experience is this method will not work. What this does is it gives me a 5-second video, which is not what I want. So even if I change the number of seconds on the slide and I change that to match the length of the video and then click Create Video, what that has been giving me is a still picture of my opening image, which in this case would be a whiteboard, with no audio whatsoever and not even a visual representation of me doing the mini lesson. So this method, to make a long story short, has not been working for me. So what I have been doing as a workaround is hovering on the video and right-clicking. When I right-click, I have the ability to click Save Media As. When I do that, that's going to save the video to wherever I want. So if I'm just for speed purposes, I'm going to select my desktop and I'm going to just call this my test video. And maybe May 15th, just so I can have a date. Test video, May 15th. It's going to save it as a media file. At this point, there are no other options. So I'm going to save that. That video is then going to go through the process of saving to my desktop. So if I just minimize these screens, and you can see I have a lot of tabs open, and I have my test video on May 15th. Right now that video is processing. If I click that and hover on it, you can see that that video right now is 129 megabytes. That is a large file size for a video that's only 3.5 minutes. So what I need to do at that point, unfortunately, because it is an extra step recording through PowerPoint with a large file size, doing it this way, I need to condense or compress this video. So for this, what I'm going to do is go back to my screen. I'm going to minimize this, drag it over. And for me, because I'm using Screencast-O-Matic, I can bring that video into Screencast-O-Matic and it will compress it for me. But another option that I saw is a site that's called ps2pdf.com. And if you, I'll just leave that link up there for you to look at. And what that gives me the option to do without any downloads or putting anything on my computer that's going to put my computer at risk, from here I can drag this test video over into the blue. I can drop it, and then it's going to start to do an upload. Now, you may have to do that 1 or 2 times for it to start uploading. And once that does work, down here on the bottom, you can click Compress Now. That will automatically compress that video. I don't know what the exact file size would be, but it's going to compress it from 129, well, however many megabytes it was, down to probably 7 or 8 megabytes, which will then at that point enable you to take that file. And you can see it's not even uploading yet, so I might have to X out and do that again, do another drag into the file. But once it goes through the upload and it does the condensing or compressing, I can then go into my Edsby class, and from here I can click the Browse My Computer, find that compressed video wherever I'm saving it to my computer, and then I can do the upload from there. Just a quick note about that, even if that does work, you may find that you get the spinning wheel within Edsby, and it looks like it's taking a lot of processing time. There have been some people who have experienced success. What they are doing is, even though it shows that it is processing and spinning, if they go up here and do a refresh of the page after a little while, understanding that a 3.5 minute video, a 5 minute video, whatever it might be, is going to process for a hopefully a short period of time, but by refreshing the page, all of a sudden that video shows up. So even though it's a spinning wheel, by doing a refresh of the page, it will show up, hopefully. So those are just some quick tips how to use some multiple items such as a Microsoft Whiteboard using PowerPoint to do a screen recording, and hopefully this is something that you've found helpful. Thank you.